everyone, and it's us again. Welcome to SG Now. I'm Darren Lim.
And I'm Evelyn. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm really glad that Singapore is finally opening up slowly.
Really? Well, some say it's moving too fast.
Yes, everyone wants to go overseas, but we still have many interesting places in Singapore to explore, right, Darren?
Exactly. And I have planned for us to go explore Singapore on a Vespa.
You got a Vespa? Behind my back?
No. I didn't say I bought a Vespa. I say I'm actually going to take you on a sidecar ride in Joo Chiat.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting. I never knew we had such a thing.
Well, I don't blame you. It's unique. In fact, Singapore Sidecars is actually the world's first vintage Vespa sidecar tour. CityJo Morag went for a ride.
There aren't many of these left around here. I mean,
no, and it's a really interesting bunch of streets.
let's just sneak into the garden and have a look. This is how I imagined Singapore would be when I first came. I really did. Hello everyone, it's CityJo Morag McGhee here, and for my next adventure, Simon from Singapore Sidecar Tours will show me Joo Chiat as I've never seen it before. We'll all be familiar with the Vespa. It's very common on Singapore's roads and has been since the 50s. But do you know where the name came from? In Italian, Vespa means wasp. And when they were first made, they had 50cc engines, so they made a very sort of bzzz noise, and the boss said, sounds like a wasp. And that's what they called it. And it's been that ever since. Everything about the design of the Vespa was revolutionary. From the front, which was there to protect the driver, to how you mount it. So instead of swinging your leg over, you just stepped onto it. And I'll show you how easy it is. And of course this made it perfect for women in the 50s with the big dresses to ride modestly. And they put the gears, the brakes, everything on the handlebars, so it was easy to drive. What makes your sidecar so perfect for your tours?
Singapore's got all these really quaint little alleyways and lanes behind the shop houses that people don't usually notice. And these little vehicles are great for zipping around these tiny little lanes. It's like it's made for exploring Singapore and our shop houses.
These old houses date back to the 30s, just before the war, and the detail in them was really beautiful. I love all the ironwork and then the plasterwork, and they have been beautifully restored. And despite its vintage exterior, this is actually a condo. So they weren't allowed to change the facade, and I think, thank goodness, because it's just so beautiful.
The vintages we have are all made in Jurong. And that's something that not many people know. We didn't even know this till about 4 months after the company launched. And it turns out that there was a Vespa factory in Jurong, April 1965. You can go to the National Archive and you'll see Go King Swede opening that factory. All these black and white photos with exactly this style of
this model of bike.
Rolling off the production lines. So that's the origin of the Singapore vintage Vespa. They were assembled here.
After you said that to me, I remembered having seen policemen, usually police women on Vespas.
Yes.
When I first came.
Yes, that's right. And then they were also used for postal service as well. So they were in use, I think, all the way until the 90s.
The Singapore Sidecar Tours is also a social enterprise, and they support numerous charities. But the charity element came before the business. When they realised at all the charity events how popular the sidecars were, they thought they could use it, what you call it, as a business as well. And that's what they do. Give tours and give to charity. It's a win-win. So Singapore Sidecar Tours don't just do heritage trails and charity rallies. They're also up for helping you make any event memorable and special. So weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, even marriage proposals. They are there to make it unforgettable. Hand on heart, I really loved my tour. It was fun, it was relaxing, it was different, I was at eye level with everything. And now that I've discovered Joo Chiat from a whole new perspective, I can head off to all the other locations around Singapore where Singapore Sidecars also do tours. Well, that is the end of a most marvellous tour. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to absolutely anyone and everyone. Mwah. Thank you, Simon. It's been fantastic. Yeah. This has been CityJo Morag McGhee, and I'm wondering how long would it take me to get scooter license so I can get one of these bad babies.
Wow, Morag, you look so cool. That was such a unique, one-of-a-kind experience.
Yeah, and it's also a very immersive experience because you can smell everything, you can enjoy the elements and all that, right? So it's really good. They also do tours to Kampong Glam, so make sure you head down to their website, sideways.sg, and book your tour now.
Right, our next story is about a teenage girl becoming a young mother.
I do see teenagers becoming young parents nowadays, and these individuals may face problems they didn't know how to solve. Who can they turn to? What kind of support is there?
Now, these are the questions a bewildered and frightened Ferdah faced when she realized she was pregnant at 16. Our CityJo Carson talked to Ferdah and asked her to share her experience with us.
Have you ever been stuck in a situation where people around you tell you, you should have done this, you should not have done that? Ferdah was stuck in such a situation. Everyone tells her what she should have done and what she should not have done, but nobody tells her what she can do.
End of 2016, I was so stressed that my period did not come for 2 months. So I decided to buy a pregnancy test, and I bought a couple of it, and it was positive for the whole pregnancy test. I was so shocked. I don't really know how to react because I'm below 21 and I never had a baby before, and the main thing is that I'm not married. I told my partner first, and we both really don't know what to do, so we kept quiet for like about a month. Then we decided to tell the parents. It was very hard for my case because I'm mentally unstable.
Ferdah was not prepared for the journey ahead. That was when BABES, a pro-choice organization, came to her aid.
My mom Googled about BABES, and then she wrote an email to BABES, and then BABES came over to my house to assess my case. BABES helped me because they gave me a choice. There's parenthood, there's adoption, abortion, and they will always support you in whatever decisions you make. Also, it's very hard for me to discharge my child from the hospital. I have to wait for the social worker to come and talk to me, ask how I feel, am I okay, how am I doing. I have people that is supporting me, like my friends, my mom, and I went for a BABES camp where I made new friends who is already a mother and becoming a mother. And when you make friends with them, they know how you feel because we are overcoming the same situation. I really enjoy the camp that I go. I went twice, once when I was pregnant, the other one after I give birth. That one, the second time, I go with my mother. Also, if you choose parenthood, they will help you with the diapers, the clothes, and all the necessary stuff that you need.
The journey has not been easy for Ferdah. So through BABES, we have been able to support her to overcome her personal struggles and also to reconcile with her family.
I would like to thank my social worker, Auntie Azra. She's really helpful, She's been there during my ups and downs, and it was really lovely. She even invited me to her house to eat lunch, dinner, even she gave me a birthday present.
So Ferdah dreams of becoming a nurse, and we are proud and happy of what she has achieved today.
What I'm doing now is I'm working, and I put my son in childcare, but I hope future that I can continue my studies and pursue in my nursing because it has been my dream. My secondary school CCA is St. John Brigades. So I went for hospital attachment, and also I learned few things about home nursing, first aid. So it has become my dream since then. I would say that people will still judge you no matter what, and people will still bring you down, but do know one thing, that your child is your biggest motivation and the one that will keep you going in life, so don't give up.
When you are stuck, do seek for help. Things may not be easy, but the path ahead is clearer. I'm CityJo Carson, Singapore 1.
Thank you, CityJo Carson, for sharing the story. And Ferdah, you are very brave.
And for those of you who want to know more about BABES, Carson went that extra mile to gather information on them.
When I was asked to do a story on BABES, what do you think I said? Of course I said no. No? No? No. No. Okay? And I say again. What is that? Oh dear. And that's how I got stuck with the story.
My name is Aizara Amira, and I'm a social work associate here at BABES Pregnancy Crisis Support. Back in my intern days, I was able to witness how a small act of mine can really impact one's life positively. And to me, that was a beautiful experience, and that inspired me to join this sector. What I do is mainly revolves around interacting with the girls and working hand in hand with the case workers in terms of case management. Okay, so BABES originally started as a program that aims to focus more on teenage pregnancy, ages 21 and below. Since its launch, we've actually supported about 750 girls. And our mission is to be proactive in terms of reaching out and guiding these youths to make an informed decision in regards to the pregnancy crisis, bringing in the support of family members as well as the community support. Besides our office, where the girls can come by anytime and meet our case workers, we do arrange to meet our girls at their homes or even at cafes, where due to the current climate, COVID, we've actually conducted all of our sessions online virtually via Zoom. Our case sessions or even programs, we have done it virtually. The main challenge that you face is connecting with them. You see, and that's when it occurred to us, why not we put ourselves in their shoes? What would they need at this moment? And that's when we realized at this age, their friends are the main pillar of support. So that's when it comes in, sayang them a lot. Because creating this nurturing and warm environment makes them be more open to share without being judged. Advantages of being a young counsellor is being able to understand their lingo and their slangs, and having these similar experiences growing up, so that age gap is not so far, so we're able to understand each other pretty much, the challenges we face. For BABES Camp, I think it's a unique program because that's where all of these girls will come together, knowing that there are other girls facing the same struggles as them, and they have made it through in life, despite being a young mother. And that sense of belonging, that sense of familiarity in terms of the struggles they face unites them, And one of the most important aspects about this camp is about a sense of empowerment. Having all of these girls together, the same goal in mind, which is to succeed in life despite what they have faced through in being a teenager and being a young mother.
BABES Camp, what a lovely idea. We all love camps. We eat together, we share our darkest secrets with the people who care.
greatest achievements, seeing the positive changes. All of the cases that I had recently, as we were wrapping up this session, she came up to me and she said, thank you for everything. You can see that positive change in her, taking ownership in her action, and being independent as a mother. That really is a win for me. One of the common challenges they face is trying to break the news of pregnancy to their parents. So they'd be kicked out by the house, and that's when we will journey with them. We will give them that support, that we are here for you, whatever decision you make. And that's when we will actually journey with them, listening what are the concerns they have. We will be there when the girls tell this news to their parents to help mediate the situation, address some of the concerns that the parents have to these girls as well. The day has come. You can hear the baby crying. You can see that beautiful smile on the baby's face. That's when you know, and for these girls, it's worth it. Feel this sense of ownership and that sudden change in their role. I'm a mother. I have to support this child, and I think for them, it also gives them a reason to live. Personally, what I hope to do in the future is to continue undergrad studies in terms of counselling and social work, to upgrade my skills and knowledge so that I can support more girls and be able to apply what I've learned. So BABES hope to expand as an organisation, develop more programs and services catering towards the unplanned pregnancies for these teenagers, as well as creating that safe space for us to have difficult conversations with these teenagers.
BABES, not exactly what I expected, but I'm so glad I covered their story. I'm CityJo Carson, Singapore 1.
If you're a teenager who's pregnant or just want to know more about BABES, please go to their website, babes.org.sg, or call their 24-hour helpline.
Our next story touches on our bodies in a very personal way again. It's a trend that's gaining popularity among all ages, once associated with gangsters and the underworld. Tattoos have been glamorized and popularized by famous artists and sports superstars.
To find out more about this unique profession, our CityJo Chris went to visit his tattoo artist friend, Roger. Let's take a look.
We are going to meet a friend of mine who is a loving husband and father. And when he told me what he was doing for a living, I know I just have to sit him down for a chat to find out more. We all have preconceived notions of how people in certain professions will look like. For example, bankers will be in suits and workmen will be in, work clothes. And for tattoo artists, covered in ink from head to toe? But that's not the case for my friend.
My name is Prem. I'm an owner and artist of Inkfinity Tattoo Studio. I've been tattooing for 21 years and I specialize in Polynesian and black art. I started this business in 2000. I love to draw. I wanted to make my passion into my career, so I thought why not? So I started to ink. And also my mom. My mom was one of the main reasons why I actually got into the tattoo industry. She was the one who actually sponsored my first studio. There was one condition for it, which was I cannot have visible tattoos. But all that has changed now lah. It has been 21 years I've been doing this, so now she doesn't care. But then I still respect her words.
Being a business owner is, however, not all smooth sailing. I spoke to Roger and found several obstacles he had to tackle along the way.
COVID-19 affected me very badly because my business is not essential, so I had to totally shut down my business. So since this was my only source of income, I had to find alternative ways to make money and all that. I had shut down for almost 8 months, 7 to 8 months. I had to find alternative work. So I was doing odd jobs. I was also doing Grab driving and all that. The toughest challenge was getting my name into the industry because I was a beginner. I was not specialized in a lot of different forms of art. So it took a lot of time, hard work and perseverance to master the art itself so that I can actually do all forms of art. I wouldn't say that I have mastered the skill fully. I'm still learning everything. Somehow I managed with the support of my savings and also the government grants, and after that I resumed business. Tattoo is still now very taboo with a lot of people. A lot of people come and give me the comments that those people who do tattoos or who have tattoos are gangsters. They have a bad background or they have been to prison and all that. Tattoo is just art. It's just a body form of art, showing what you like, what you love. So I want to change the society and I want to change people's mentality to see tattoos as a different art form. Just like how you see any other art, tattoo is the same way. I want to be more successful, I want to expand my business, I want to have more outlets. And in the future, I was planning to bring out new artists into the society. The one thing which is most important about getting into the tattoo industry is very hard work. You cannot give up halfway. It will be very, very difficult. I've been through that, I've done that. So I know getting your name into the market is not an easy task. Every day I'm learning something new. I still got a long way to go. But I would say that I'm able to do most of the art itself, and now I'm known by a lot of people. Work on your skill. The skill will eventually give your name. Other than inking, I'm very busy with my newborn son now. So it's just tattooing, spending time with my wife and my son.
Hey bro, today you really opened my eyes as to what you have been doing for the past 21 years in your life. Man, hey, got special discount for tattoo.
No problem. Everything can be discussed.
Okay, I'll take your word for that. And this is your CityJo Chris for Singapore One.
Indeed, COVID-19 has been tough on small businesses, especially when you're a non-essential business. Well, luckily, Roger seems pretty resilient, eh?
Oh, by the way, did you know that the world's oldest tattooed human skin dates back to between 3,370 and 3,100 BC?
Oh, interesting. So, are you thinking about getting a tattoo yourself?
Maybe.
You are going to be that walking piece of art?
Why not?
We're going to have an art gallery at home in front of our 4 kids.
Not a good idea. Well, that's all the time that we have for you today. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you soon.
See you again. Bye.